Let's go, though, to a story of luggage. A Qantas flight from Sydney to Wellington yesterday might not have had any cricket players, English cricket players on board, but it was carrying their luggage. Unfortunately for around 100 other passengers who aren't playing T20 cricket in Wellington tomorrow, their luggage was left behind. It's a bit of an odd one, this. Viraj Thompson was flying with his elderly mother. The flight was already seriously delayed, and then they got to the baggage carousel and whoops-a-daisy.
It was just bag after bag after bag with the ECB marks on them, and that was basically it, John. It was all on for England, and the penny was dropping there with most of the passengers, and then we started moving over to the very poorly manned baggage assistance area with a swamp of people. We must have been about 5 or 6 deep there, trying to get answers from the staffers there who...
So Viraj, I'm sorry to interrupt, but this is extraordinary because they knew the bags hadn't come. They'd obviously made a willful decision to leave them in Sydney. So
yes.
This wouldn't have been an ambush for anyone who was remotely connected to the Qantas organisation, right? They would have known that your bags had been left behind so that the English cricket team's bags could come. But you appear to have caught people out by inquiring where your bags were.
Well, that is a very, very good question, John, and it's very odd because, as I said, the staff at the baggage assistance desk were either feigning complete surprise and shock about it.
Were they Qantas staff or Wellington Airport staff?
Oh, they were very definitely Qantas staff. There were actually two Singapore
Qantas
airlines.
Sydney hadn't told Qantas Wellington that they had willfully left the bags of the vast majority of the passengers on that flight in Sydney.
That appears to be the case, John. That appears to be the case. It was in a word, a disgraceful display, really, John. And the issue seems to be that, as you alluded to before, left hand being Sydney didn't tell right hand being Wellington what was going on, and that non-team team bags were basically forfeit for the what appears to be the greater good of a foreign sporting body.
Have you received your bags today?
No. And there were two gentlemen who were actually standing over gathering the cricket team's bags, who I made my way over to at one stage and actually spoke to one of them and asked him if he was actually aware what was going on, and the fact that their unaccompanied bags, and as I stress, there were actually no English players on the flight. It was just this massive quantity of their player equipment bags. And the gentleman I spoke to, yes, he was quite officious and basically told me to get lost and mind my own bloody business.
Viraj Thompson. Now, Qantas initially told us all remaining luggage arrived in Wellington this morning, but it turns out some bags were still in Sydney today. Qantas says they'll be delivered tomorrow.